Welcome pedalers to another pedal preservation video. This is just a quick hit update video. If you do follow all my videos, you'll know that we were doing a restoration on this Universal Epic GX26. And for those who are sharp-eyed, you may have in fact noticed that the front forks were indeed bent. They have been significantly bent forward, which makes sense because if you remember, if you watched the video, the rear axle was also bent. It wasn't until I rode it I thought something felt weird, like the bike was so slack it was insane. And then a couple of folk had noticed actually the fork, I mean, this has been ridiculously bent. Now the good news is the rest of the bike is okay, because one subscriber commented, check your steerer tube, as if that is damaged, then obviously the whole bike is junk and that would be a disaster. So we're going to be swapping these forks out today. My plan was to take the opportunity to maybe give it a little upgrade, but the only forks I've got are these yellow ones. It will look a bit weird on the bike, and to be honest, they're actually quite heavy. The bike is already heavy. Let's not make things worse. So I do have a pair of these forks. Now, they're not the chunky ones that are chunky all the way to the bottom, but the good thing is they're red. Doesn't completely tie in, although the decals have got a little bit of red in them. But we're going to get all the bits swapped over to this, put them on the bike, and let's call it a day and send this on its way. Right, let's just get these brakes across. Just relaxing the springs off. I don't want them unraveling as soon as I get them off the shafts, although they shouldn't do that, but let's not take the chance. Unfortunately, I was unable to find any with these sort of thicker stanchions spare lying around. These I've actually had lying around because I was going to use them on another bike. In fact, I was going to use them on the cheap bike build-off because that had the same problem with the forks being bent, but they didn't fit. I'm hoping, because I haven't, oh jeez, what's going on here? Oh, there we go. Right, that there. I mean, everything seems to be in the right place. God, that'll be all I need if I have that problem. Let's get a little bit of grease on these shafts. Makes a world of difference. And we'll put it in so the pins, we'll go for the middle one. I think that's going to be yeah, that feels actually smoother than it does on the orange one for some reason. Since I've got the black gloves on today, I was actually doing a little emergency shift at the bike library today. We had a kids bike free giveaway. We get a lot of bikes from the recycling centres, and when we've got quite a few, we just put a thing out on Facebook that we've got all these bikes, we safety check them, and then people can come down and pick them up, and either pick them up for free or pick them up and make a small donation if they want. Usually they're just bikes up to probably about a 16-inch wheel. We'll give them away for free after we safety check them. So we had that on today, and the volunteer that normally be in wasn't coming in, so I went in a little emergency. Right, let's hope this is a win. Right, I'm just going to check before I put the forks in. I just want to make sure I'm going to get everything on the right side of the bars. Righty-ho. I mean, well, I'm just going to put some extra grease on here, which I just literally forgot to do. There's actually plenty of grease in there, but we'll just do a wee top up now. Yeah, I'm going to use the headset pieces off this frame rather than the ones that were actually attached to this fork. I'm assuming they will work better if I can actually get them to, if I can get this thread started. Come on. Let's just be a wee burr on the top of the thread or something. Just need to get that started. I think once we clear it, it'll be fine. Right, cleared it. Right, let's get this. Ooh, make sure that's pushed up all the way. Right. Oh no, that was the other one. Huh. Starting to get pieces crossed here. They're not meant to be. There should be a spacer with a groove in it. And this is off the other one, so I don't know what I've done with the other one. There we go. I'm just going to have to make do with the wee washer from the other fork set. Might be alright. This is going to be close if it fits. This is very unusual. It's like a rubber cap over the nut. I haven't seen that before. I don't think we're going to, unless that is able to pop through, which I don't think it is. It's not quite, it's starting to take this cap off. Will that come off? The trouble is I've ended up with all this extra thread. Why can this not be easy? Clearly the steerer tube on this one is slightly longer. It's going to be another one of these bites that just keeps giving. I'm just going to compare this to the other fork and see if we're flogging a dead horse here. Can you take that bearing out of the way, and if I go crown to crown, there is a slight difference, but I honestly didn't think it would be enough to be a massive issue. If I make an effort and use the other crown, although I don't headset, I don't think this is going to work either. This feels even more gritty. Oh, there we go. Well, that certainly goes down nicely. Problem is going to be, I think what I'm going to need is a few of these washers to, I need to say, just to bulk it out. Yeah, see, I'm going to end up with that sticking out, and I don't really want that. Right, I'm struggling here. I don't seem to have any more of these, see these lock ring spacers. I don't know why. I thought I had loads of them, but I don't seem to have any. And I'm kind of getting to the point, I think what I'm going to have to do is possibly, this is the deepest top nut, but it will leave a little bit of threaded stem sticking out there. I don't think that's a problem. I think it's mainly going to be cosmetic. I don't want to get into cutting it down because then we could damage the threads. The one that comes from is not, that's not tall enough. I don't know whether, I mean, I don't know maybe if I put that one back on. See, I think that actually sits quite low once it's on compared to this one. So I think we're going to do, that is the deeper of the two, which is off the other one, and it kind of allows the nut to sit a bit lower down. So I'm thinking if I use that one, and then we'll just have to put up with a little bit of steerer tube sticking out the top. I can't really think of anything else that, in fact, if I take that off, I can't really think of anything else that I can do. And if I can't get that right, well, the bike's not going back. And then it's going to be a waste of all the work we put in on the last video, and the waste of a bike. Because it's actually turned out, you know what, not the best of bikes, but it is very serviceable. It's going to be a bit easier if I get the old, these ones on it, the adjustables. So there's just a tight bit there for some reason. Right, yep, all looking good. And as I say, if I put that on, don't push it down all, oh, of course, you know what's going to be the problem? The hole in that is designed to sit on top. Right, so I'm going with the collar over the top. There will be a little bit threaded sticking out. So I'm just opening up the hole on this with a bit of sandpaper. Oh, there. Right. if I don't quite push it down all the way, I would say that is presentable. What say you? Just remember what we're dealing with here. This is not a highbrow project. I will recheck that once I got the front wheel on it, but that feels nice. Right, let's get this front brake all connected back up. Right, we're back. I think I found the right thing. That will, yeah, that should do the job. Of course, I've clipped all this down, so this is going to be a slight pain of getting this. Right, what I'll do is I'll not go full tilt because I really need to put the wheel in actually. Now that I think about it, I should have done that first. So I'm just going to, wrong spanner, where is my 10? Just tighten this one up just to grip that cable, stop everything popping back out. Right, so hopefully, yes, what I thought. It's just going to be a bit of a pain. I have to go right to the end and nick it back up. This is why I always leave that to the very, very end. I'm going to have to let the tyre down now. Shouldn't need to do this, but normally I'd have a lot more slack to play with. Right. Get you back in shot. Right, so we can slacken that off. Pull all this back through. Tighten this back up. Just give it a wee... Yes, I just want to give it a few mil of additional slack. Just see where we're sitting. I like it. Yep, that's actually working really well. That's balanced very well. Right, I'll just need to get a, what do you call it for on there? Looking good. Screwdriver. I'm just going to leave a little bit of tension out this side. Right, to finish it off, I meant to put this on sooner because now I've got that in the road. I'm going to put the reflector on. I feel it's like a car without a number plate. And these are actually quite nice little reflectors as well, and it matches the back one, so I had thought about keeping them. See, they've got like a, oh no, these ones don't have it. Was it the back one? Yeah, see, the back one's got like a little hinge on it, which I thought was really quite cool because you could hinge it up and down. I find this one a bit strange because that is actually pointing down the way, so if anything's going to want a hinge on it, it'd be this one. But you know what, I thought let's just put it back on. Let's hope it doesn't interfere with these. Oh, you know what, I'll need to, it does interfere, but I can actually, there's a slide on it, so I can actually drop it down. There we go. That gives me the clearance I needed. I think it just finishes it off. I'm not one for reflectors on bikes, but I think that looks nice. Well, I think I'll call that a lucky save. If there's issues on this bike, were noticed at the start, this would have been scrapped without question. It would not have been worth the time. But on pedal preservation, we love the underdog. We want to save the underdog. Fortunately, I had a set of red forks. Yeah, they're not a complete match, but you know what? They don't stand right out. These decals, which are a little bit darker red there, I think we'll just tie it straight in there. And everything's gone on. Yes, this wasn't ideal, but you know what? It's no biggie. And I think we've now got the bike we needed right from the start. So I'll get this taken down the library. As I say, this will get probably priced up for about £60–65. And for the amount of work that's gone into it, that's an absolute steal. You couldn't even get your bike serviced for that. Give us a like, a subscribe, comment down below. Now this, we do weekly sticker giveaways, but this is not one of the videos because this is just like a little bonus video, very short. So the next video will be the one that we pull the winner from last week's video, the original video of this bike. If you've commented on that one, then that's where you can enter the competition to win the awesome free retro sticker pack. They're completely unique. They're all my own designs. So, and I only do very limited runs. So you might literally get stickers that there are only a few in actually existence. So support the channel. Super thanks down below if you're really feeling squish. If not, just your attention, your like, your subscribe is absolutely awesome. And I will see you on the next one.